Kremlin staff didn't expect Putin to invade Ukraine and were shocked by the severity of Western sanctions, report says.
This post received a score of 80,000, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Must be fun to work for a megalomaniac. They still support him, maybe out of fear, or benefit.
To overthrow him takes a lot of coordination and planning. You can't just go assassinate a head of state with the plan of an overhaul without some careful planning. Even assassination will lead to chaos in itself and can't be taken lightly. Don't get me wrong, that idiot must go. I just feel like there are logistics to it that prevent it from being a spur-of-the-moment event.
Greater than to overthrow him takes a lot of coordination and planning. You can't just go assassinate a head of state with the plan of an overhaul without some careful planning. Even assassination will lead to chaos in itself and can't be taken lightly. Yep, see any of the attempts on Hitler.
And the eventual abandoning of the idea once they realized whoever took over would be more competent, worst. Not that that really applies to Putin anymore.
Do we have an idea of who would likely take over if Putin was deposed, assassinated?
A fake, there's no fucking clue. It isn't an actual dictator, empire, situation, it's a democracy. There's no heir or successor. Putin power relies on Putin alone. To put it into perspective, CCP has ideology and could replace 11 without the same issues, because the party will remain.
Greater than Putin power relies on Putin alone. That's been the problem the last decade. Anyone who's a natural heir is a threat and is neutralized. It's why there's been a revolving door of oligarchs thrown in prison for tax evasion and other offenses. Usually when they start to get ideas. All he has are lackeys, and many in the West have been worried that without someone, we'd see them fall into chaos like the mid-90s. On the other hand, I'm feeling pretty nostalgic for those days.
There are two people I'd be eyeing very closely these days. Sergei Shoigu, a very unlikely leader from Tova Republic that became a very successful defense minister without any real army experience. He is also the guy that is absolutely scared shitless of Putin ATM. Mikhail Mishustin, he looks very unassuming and like bland grey bureaucrat, but he is actually very powerful. He grew up in the Federal Tax Service from 1998 and led it for the past decade, so any oligarch that was down during then that was this guy doing. He became prime minister in 2020 and he cleaned the cabinet up in order to put there his very close friends and confidants. He has absolutely complete control over the FTS, and the unique situation in Russia puts him in an amazing position to take control.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.